Ghostbusters. Hey, my little Ghostbusters. I'm trying to come up with a title for this video. 25 years old, I have no friends. I have social anxiety. My cat has anxiety. Over emotional and socially anxious. Why you have no friends? Oh, no, I need my friends. To anyone feeling lonely. 32 years old, I have no friends. Is it social anxiety? Autistic anger? Shy or socially anxiety? 21 years old, I have no friends, in all caps. Yeah, boy. 6.7 million views. I have no friends. It's trend. And worse than you think. 21 years old, I have no friends and social anxiety. I have no friends and social anxiety. Okay, yeah, boys, we're going to do that one. We're going to roll with that one. Okay. I'm 35 years old. I have no friends and social anxiety. I think it's kind of weird. Because when I think about how I grew up, my little ham-hams, my little buttercups, I used to be popular at some points in my life. I used to be the fat, ugly reject at some points in my life. And it happened a lot because, I would get fat, skinny. So imagine you're growing up and you're hanging out with the cool kids one year. The next year you get fat and they don't think you're cool anymore because they're gay boys. They're gay boys. Like, oh, look at Chubby over here. He ain't cool like us. Look at Chubby. But, and then since I used to be cool, they would still keep me around, but they would be like, you're kind of like the one that we outcast a little bit, You're like the lower on the totem pole. And then a few years would go by and I would get a growth spurt and I'd be cool again. And then when I started getting older and older, like I had these health problems where like I would get really pale, really lethargic. And people were like, ew, what's wrong with you? Like, ew, get away from me. So especially that era, that kind of really, I guess, bothered me. It made me feel like I was a complete reject. Why would anybody want to talk to me? And I had, an INTJ personality, which also made me like, why, you only talk, you don't small talk. INTJs don't small talk. You only talk when you need to. So although quite a few years I had friends, I lost them all. I shed them all off over time and stuff like that. But I never really craved or desired friends. But lately, over the past year or so, I've been surrounded by sociable normies, normal people. And you learn a lot, like, wow, they have all these different personalities. And if you small talk and you talk a lot and you give opinions and, you start to realize like, oh, what I've been missing. Communication, especially if you work around people, work with people, communication's pretty beneficial. But then you can have those toxic people. Those people that peaked in high school, those people that peaked in high school are just, these people that, act friendly towards you, but then they talk shit behind your back. And you're like, I thought we were friends. And then all of a sudden you realize like every time you weren't around, they were talking shit. And you're like, what the fuck? And usually those are the people that peaked in high school. They're jealous. Yeah, those motherfuckers, jealous motherfuckers. So, they're miserable. They kind of want to, basically, tear you down and to pedestalize themselves because they're insecure and jealous of other people and shit. Yeah, boy. So, there's a lot of like all this shit. But again, I think since I grew up, I kind of want to blame my surroundings, but really I made those surroundings. So like, I played a lot of multiplayer competitive video games because I'm very competitive. You know, I like to fine-tune strategies and exploits and, you know, dominate. Even though I'm not the best at gaming at all, you know, a lot of it has to do with, you know, hand-eye coordination and talent and precision and stuff. And I mean, my points in those categories are sometimes pretty low. But you know, that was what so when I got older, you know, when, you know, I started thinking about dating and stuff, I kind of had that really aggressive competitive nature and brute force grinding, you know. So I was never one of those people like, oh, I'm a virgin, oh, I'm never gonna get laid, oh, I never had those thoughts, you know. That's a very laid back, docile. So even though I had a lot of insecurities, I just, you know, I notice, like, when I look at a lot of these videos and when I'm watching a lot of these videos, especially by men, they seem to have like this glazed over state of mind, like this autistic, glazed over, you know, docile, you know, like you know, they expect the world to spoon feed them. You know, INTJs, antisocial people, they kind of rely on extroverted people to start the conversations, to communicate, and then they, you know, the people like me can, you know, be brought into conversations and stuff, and hey, it may even open me up enough to be friends if I choose to. It's kind of funny how many people try to start conversations with me, and I'll start talking with them, but after the conversation's over, like, I just basically cut them out again. They have to start all over again because I don't value them enough to keep them close, my dudes. Some people, very open. Again, if there's a meaning, if there's a purpose. I'm actually very sociable, actually, believe it or not. My little ham-hams, my little buttercups. So I find it kind of interesting. You know, you can have a high body count. You can, you know, be assertive, be dominant. You know, go for the goal. Even if you're socially retarded and you don't, you know, even if you have low self-esteem, even, you know, all these different things. You know, you can find a way. You know, I don't know. I just find it interesting because there's so many people that are like, oh, on being ugly, no friends, no family, nothing. You know, I'm 31 and have no friends, emotional, I'm sorry. You know, it's like, why do you want friends? You know, I mean, you just want to sit back with somebody and, you know, it's kind of funny. Like some of these guys, changing the subject. You know, there's a lot of nerds who are obsessed with nostalgia and, you know, old video games that I used to play, that only, you know, middle-aged autistic people still think about. But a lot of those people have wives. So I find it kind of funny. Like if you have a gaming channel and you're playing like these old games because you live in the past, you know, because of some autism, you know, it's kind of funny. Occasionally you hear, you know, they'll mention wives and, you know, the wife, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's pretty cool. You know, it's pretty cool. You know, that's all you need in life, honestly, as a wife. You know, you can have other people, but I mean, I do think, you know, you need people in life to kind of, you know, get you out of your comfort zone, get you out of your shell, kind of show you different possibilities. I love that as an INTJ, you know, because we can get tunnel vision and hyper focused on, you know, doing the same crap over and over again and getting frustrated and all this shit. And sometimes all we need is like just a different perspective, or, you know, somebody to open us up to, you know, a different state of mind and say, hey, like, look, you can actually go that way. You want me to hold your hand a little bit? And then you kind of, you know, go off in that direction and you're like, wow, you know, there are more possibilities after all. Strange video, but I do think, you know, these people's complaints are legitimate Because a lot of these people that are really down and out, it is true. It's because they have no friends, they have no guidance. Um, it's kind of like those people looking for father figures. A lot of men lonely, looking for father figures. That's a big one. And your life can go in the dump. You can just be alone, wallowing forever. But yeah, I mean, what's the solution? I think everybody has their own solutions. But I think one of the biggest ones is you got to stop, wallowing in autism. That's the number one thing. Go against your autism every now and then. Because I love wallowing in autism, but yeah, nothing's gonna change if you're in your autism.